Orange and Blue Sports Network, the official broadcast provider of Florida Gators club hockey. All season long, OBSN will have you covered both on and off the ice. This is Swamp Slapshot with Jamie Goldman and Rob Russo on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
Welcome into another edition of Swamp Slapshot. I'm the host with Jamie Goldman here with Rob Russo and our player guest Jackson Choi. Jackson, how are we doing today?
A little tired, but we're here.
Yeah, why are we tired? Because of the late night practice last night, right?
Yeah, didn't get back to Gainesville till around 1:45 a.m., so kind of brutal, but
hey,
got to do what you got to do.
Love that commitment.
Absolutely. All right, so we'll get into it right away. 2 games this weekend. Georgia, big matchup. Haven't had these guys since last year. How are we feeling going into this one?
Honestly, I feel like just as last year, we come into every game pretty confident. We know our team's ability and the skill that we have. I think it's top-notch across our entire league. So, going into it, we're looking for a big W, especially with the fan bus coming for the first time, something we've never done before. Hopefully we're going to have our biggest crowd that we've had yet in Jacksonville. So
yeah, that's exciting, and we saw that. I mean, that's a big announcement. This should go out before Friday, so if you're not on the fan bus and you want to get on it, make sure you get on it in the link tree in the UF Hockey bio. I'll be there, Jamie will be there, Jackson will be there, so everyone make sure you get out there for that one. It should be an electric atmosphere on Friday.
Yeah, dude, I'm really excited about it. I can't wait for it. Do you guys kind of feel like you have a target on your back this year, coming off the national championship?
I'd say, yeah, a little bit, especially because it was D2 national championship, and now this is our first season in D1, so it's kind of like we're walking in as champs, but not as D1 champs yet. So we played a few D1 teams last year, fared pretty well, but I think this year will be a big test for us.
What were some of those D1 teams you guys played last year?
The first one was South Carolina.
Okay, I didn't know they were D1.
Yeah, we went to South Carolina last year, played them. Unfortunate first game, lost by 1 goal. Sunday's game didn't go too well. And then obviously we played Georgia again last year. That was in the Savannah Classic.
Georgia's D1 too.
Yeah.
All right.
D1 last year too. And then also lost that game by 1 goal. So.
All right, but you're competing. 1 goal lost to South Carolina, 1 goal lost to Georgia. I feel like the team's kind of improved this year, so you guys are ready to rock and roll.
Yeah. We got a few new freshmen that are still got their legs underneath of them. I know Liam was just here last week, so he's definitely one of the new guys that gets the team going for sure.
Yeah, love that. So let's talk about Jackson Choi off the ice a little bit. So where are you from? How did you get into hockey? Let's talk about all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so I'm from Maryland. Grew up there my entire life. Obviously not a big hockey state, but my uncle, he used to work in the NHL, and he is from New Jersey, or he was living in New Jersey at the time, and he got me and my family tickets to a Devils game.
Hey, I'm a Devils fan.
Yeah, so I've been a lifelong Devils fan since that game, that first game. I was about 7 years old, and we were there. We had sweet tickets, so there was the whole buffet food, all that.
Oh,
stuff.
no way!
Yeah, so
that's awesome.
Chicken fingers at the Rock. Oh yeah.
Yeah, my parents loved that. But I was just a little kid. I didn't really care too much about the food and drinks, obviously. So I was begging my dad to go out to our seats and watch the game. They weren't even planning on watching the game, but as soon as we sat out there, I didn't leave my seat, watched the entire game, and told my parents that was the sport I wanted to play. Went home, started learning how to skate right away, and the rest is history.
Wow, that's awesome. They got you a pair of skates, and that was it.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I completely understand. I mean, I was watching those Devils teams too back in the day. Probably around that same time, 2010, 2011. They had that cup run. That was pretty nice.
Yeah.
That team was good. That team was really, really good. So, I mean, I grew up playing hockey, watching the Devils, going to Prudential Center 10 times a season, so it was great. And So that's a really kind of cool story. I guess I could correlate to you a little bit there. That's really cool. Yeah.
So, like, watching the Devils growing up, was there any one player that, like, you kind of, like, loved or, like, modeled your game after or something like that? Even if it wasn't a Devil?
Yeah, so I'll say first my favorite player on the Devils at the first, like, when I first started watching them was Ilya Kovalchuk.
I honestly knew it was coming, but I didn't want to.
Listen, in that Panther series, in, like, I think it was 2015 or something like that, Kovalchuk killed us. Yeah. So I can understand that.
Yeah, so he was definitely my favorite player. Didn't really model my game after him, though. Obviously, I'm a smaller stature guy. So actually, I modeled my game after Johnny Gaudreau.
Oh, wow. Rest in peace, Johnny.
Yeah. I actually, when I made Team Maryland, like the top team in my area, I changed my number to 13 because of him.
Wow.
Yeah, so I wore that number for 4 years because of him. My dad went to Boston College.
Wow.
So, like, I knew who he was since he was playing at Boston College. So, yeah, I always try to model my game after him. I used to watch his highlights before my games to try and hype me up and give me some more creativity with some moves and of that sort. So, yeah.
Yeah, obviously, one of the best small players that we've seen in our generation, and really one of the best American players of this gen too. I mean, you also have some smaller guys like Patty Kane out there, American guys that are really made a name for themselves as some of the best players in the league. So, and I think that's one of the good things about hockey is that you can have 6'8" bruisers, but you have guys that are smaller and have a lot of that skill, but can still bring so much to the table. So I think that's such a great thing.
Yeah, no, a guy I loved watching growing up was Marty St. Louis with those Tampa Bay Lightning teams. I think he was like 5'8" or something like that, but he was buzzing around the ice always, So
absolutely,
yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So the rink is closed. There's no classes going on. You got no work. What are you doing on a day off?
So normally I'd probably just relax, maybe go to a pool.
Chill, hang out.
Yeah, the apartment I'm at right now actually doesn't have a pool yet.
Ooh.
But actually, I do a little side hustle. I cut hair.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I've been doing that for about a year now.
Yeah.
Cut a lot of guys in my fraternity. Cut a few guys on the hockey team. I have my own Instagram.
What's the Instagram?
Choi Cuts.
Choi Cuts. Little plug. Choi Cuts with a Z at the end.
Yeah. So that's just like a side hustle thing for now. Just a little money on the side instead of having to work grueling hours at a bar.
Yeah, no, that's not bad at all. Yeah. What kind of got you into that? Like, what got you starting cutting hair?
Yeah, so I started cutting my own hair first.
Okay.
It's because freshman year, I got messed up too many times by barbers in Gainesville.
Said I'll do it myself.
Yeah, I went home that summer and I was like, I'm gonna learn how to cut my own hair. And then I was like, if I can cut my own hair, I can definitely cut other people's hair. So
you're like, I can make some money off this, maybe.
Yeah.
It's not too bad. I might need a haircut soon. So.
Dude, I might hit you up for a haircut. Like, not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
So, like, do you got like a set of clippers? Like, do you got a set? Like,
yeah. So I have like a set of clippers. They're really old. My mom used to cut my hair when I was like 5. So
really,
my mom kept those clippers.
Okay.
They're just stashed away in the closet, and I brought them back to life.
All right, so you love that.
Yeah.
Recycling.
Let's go.
That's good.
That's funny. When I was in boarding school, there was a kid that cut hair, and there'd be a line outside his door. So yeah, it's a good gig cutting hair.
Not too bad.
Not too bad at all.
Right, so you said last night, 1:45, you guys got home from practice. We were talking to Liam a little bit about what's going on in practice. Anything shift this week? And now you're facing Georgia this week, and then you got Tampa next week. So kind of 4 straight home games across the next 2 weekends. How competitive is practice getting?
I'd say practice is always very competitive. Knowing that we have 1 practice a week, we try and keep the compete level as high as possible. Try and mix in a lot of small area games, keep battles going. But nothing really changed this week. Try and keep it kind of routine. With only 1 practice, there's so much you can do in a week. But yeah, I think we looked pretty good last night, and we're all pretty excited for the weekend. I'll say that for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we're really excited for the weekend, too. You know, we kind of talked about the fan bus. You know, you said this could be the most fans you guys have ever had. You've been here for a few years. You know, what does it mean to kind of be a leader on this team, a veteran leader? You've been here for a few years, director of marketing now, so you do some stuff off the ice as well. You know, kind of what does it mean to be a leader on this team?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's weird being a junior now. I don't like thinking that I'm an older guy.
Yeah.
It's funny seeing these rookies now. Thinking about rookies last year, and I still think about the days when I was a rookie. Those were like the best times of my life now, and I'm kind of trying to take a role like Parker Mara, honestly.
Okay.
He was a really good vet to me in my rookie class, and I'm just trying to be a similar role model to him, to these new guys.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think as the years go by, I'm getting more washed. So I'd like to think, you know, hopefully I can still put up a good amount of goals this year, a couple points every once in a while, but I think we're passing the torch to the rookies this year.
Yeah.
Especially Liam. I think he's going to light it up this year.
So do you guys have anything that you guys do for the rookies? Like, you keep referring to, like, the rookies. Like, do you guys have any kind of, like I don't know, like, traditions or stuff that you guys do with the rookies? Or
yeah, there's a few rookie traditions that we do. And they also have to do, like, the normal rookie stuff, like filling up the water bottles,
picking up the pucks,
games, picking up the cup. Yeah, the pucks.
Yeah.
Few other things. Not sure if I can talk about it on here.
All right. That's okay.
It's just tradition. You know, we got to keep it within the team.
We respect that. What stays in the locker room stays in the locker room. That's okay. I understand that.
Yeah, but so I mean, you said we were talking about the fan bus again. You know, you've been on this team for a long time. Not only have you been a leader, but you've seen this program progress through and get better and better and better. Add a D3 team, try now to add a women's team. So, I mean, this program has really expanded, and you've kind of been there for most of that progression. So how has it been? And, because you've got kind of like a whiplash effect of seeing it move so fast.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's kind of crazy thinking about it. I remember my freshman year coming into it. I honestly wasn't sure if I was going to play hockey at first.
Really?
You know, I didn't really know much about the team. There was no rink in Gainesville, obviously. And I remember I just looked at the Instagram. I think there was only like 2,000 followers at the time, and now we're almost at 15K.
Wow.
Last year, I think we gained probably like 6 or 7K.
Yeah.
We were probably at the start like 5,000.
National championship will do that for you.
Yeah, so we've been a lot more active on social media. A lot of people are now recognizing that we have a hockey team, I think. Trying to get more jersey sales out, trying to get the merchandise out for the fans, all that stuff. But yeah, watching this team grow has been honestly amazing. I think, you know, like there really isn't another team in the SEC that has the following that we do. It's just the Gator history, school and all that, and now we have a hockey team. And I do think in the future, not now, maybe 10 plus years, I could see a D1 SEC league for ice hockey coming. I wish it was during my time, but I probably wouldn't be on the team. So I'm happy to be here while it's in the works.
The treadmill keeps on going and going and going. But yeah, I mean, we talked about your director of marketing for the team. So I mean, how's that been for you? I mean, that's a pretty big role. That's cool. And obviously, social media is so important now. And I mean, you guys have done a really good job. You got a lot of collaborations, good relationship with Barstool and Red Cup and things like that to try and get your information out there and things like that. So how's that been, kind of forming those relationships and learning the social media side of things?
Yeah, so the reason I took that role is because I think in the future I kind of want to do something with marketing. I'm not really a big numbers finance guy. I've always known that. So yeah, with that role, it's been pretty fun. Over the summer, me and the other Nick Ho, he's the other director of marketing, and we were doing like the interviews for all the interns for this year for the media team. So that was a pretty cool process to be a part of, and you know, just learning the ins and outs of how social media works, when we should be posting, what we should be posting, how often we should be posting, all of that stuff, and coordinating with the media team as well. You know, this weekend is probably going to be the first weekend where a lot of them get to experience UF hockey, a lot of new faces this year. So, yeah, I mean, I've been loving the role so far, and I'm excited for what's to come.
So, you know, first time you're getting the fan bus, probably going to be the most packed house we've seen. If you have a message to the fans before we wrap up here, what are they going to see Friday night?
I'm just going to say it's going to be rowdy, or we need you guys to be rowdy for us. And, yeah, just be excited, get up. We need you guys. We need the energy for sure. This needs to be a home game for us. In Savannah, it's more of a home game for them because it's in Georgia.
Got you.
So hopefully we can get this one and make it more like a Gators environment for us.
There it is. Bring the energy. Heard it here from Jackson Choi. That's pretty much going to do it for this episode of the Swamp Slapshot. We thank you for tuning in. You can find all of our podcasts on the Orange and Blue Sports Network at OBSN Gators on all platforms. Also, you can find this on UF Hockey on all platforms as well. Check us out on the game this weekend, 7:30 from Jacksonville, Community First Igloo. Then we're going to do it again Saturday night as well, Gators in Georgia. We'll see you there.